Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to take you on my snowy run adventure here in beautiful Crested Butte. So I wanted to take you on this adventure because I am doing things that are new to me, and I think it's really helpful to have someone talk over approaching new things. So not everything I'm doing today is totally new, but I'm running winter in a place that isn't exactly winter running friendly, and I had to do some research and investigating and figuring out what I was doing today. And so I think that's really helpful for so many of you who have a hard time figuring out what to do when you get places. So I am headed out for my long run today here in the beautiful valley of Crested Butte. And the biggest thing that is a concern right now is if I did anything backcountry with snowshoes or even running, because you know you can run with micro spikes on a lot of these trails, is that there's a ton of avalanche risk and high avalanche warnings here, and especially in the Crested Butte area. Just there's been so much snow so early in the season here in Colorado that you have to be aware and be smart, right? Like, we want to go out, we want to have fun, we want to live our big adventurous life, but we don't want to put ourselves in more risk or more danger than necessary. And for many of you, you might not even consider these factors, right? And so there are a good few trails that I can go in here, and there's a lot of Nordic skiing trails or backcountry skiing trails. But what I had to look up is if like walking, hiking, running was allowed on those trails. And for a lot of them, they weren't. They want them to keep them groomed and clean for the skiers, and or only snowshoeing was allowed. And then I had to do like a snowshoeing teaching course thing, and I don't got time for that. I want to run, I want to get out there. There's people out there skiing. And so what ended up being the verdict is this trail that I ran at the beginning of my 22-mile race that I ran out here in October on, which is perfect because I'm familiar with it. It starts in town. I can kind of keep going and adventure and kind of see where it takes me. It's a little bit more of like a roadie type trail, but honestly, it's in the valley. The mountains are here. It's beautiful. It's mostly clean. It's great for walking or running. And so that's perfect for today. So I'm going to wear my trail shoes on that. I also have my micro spikes with me. So if the snow picks up and or traction is a little bit iffy, then I'll have my micro spikes as well for that grip if I get into a little bit more snowy of an area. But it's honestly so beautiful here. I'm so excited. As much as I would love to get on some backcountry trails, I know that safety is the biggest concern. So I'm gonna get ready to get out there. I'm pretty much dressed already. I got ready before the day. It is actually warming up. It's in the 20s now, but it's supposed to bump into the 30s. So I'm gonna probably wear, I have a long sleeve on and then this fleecy layer. I'm gonna probably wear one of my Arc'teryx hooded jackets. On top of it, I haven't decided if I'm gonna go thicker or thinner until I kind of feel how the weather feels. But I also have my pack with me, so if I get too warm, I can always toss it in there. I'm, again, as you know, the queen of extra layering. So I'm gonna get ready. I'm so excited. I forgot my running watch, which is okay because I can track with Strava or manually put it in later, not a big deal. But I'd like to get 2.5, maybe a little bit more time on feet and movement. Wherever that miles lands me is fine. I'm just trying to get a good bit of movement time on feet today. Again, running on snow, it's slower and I don't really know what I'm getting into today. So I'm not going to be married to a mileage goal, but I do want to get like a good bit of time on feet. I did 2.5 hours last weekend. So if I could even match that, that would be great. If I have to do some repeats, if it doesn't happen, not a big deal. But I'm just very happy to be out here and be outside. So let's go. So I haven't honestly documented any of this run yet because it's like I'm in a beautiful place, but I'm kind of having a crappy run. And don't get me wrong, I would absolutely rather that than be having a good run in a crappy place. But I'm sitting here at 4 miles in almost an hour, and I'm like, Alyssa, you haven't had any sneaky snackies, and I bet if you had some sneaky snackies, you would feel better. So I'm walking a little bit to scope out this road that ends, that I know goes to like a grapple road, and I'm gonna get some carbs in me. And I think if I can get to 5 miles and turn back, I'll hit 10 for the day, and honestly that would be perfect. So we're gonna scope it out. And I was looking around and I was like, well, it could be a worse place to have, and just my legs are cold and tired, and just not moving fast, and the snowy parts make it even slower. But otherwise it's absolutely gorgeous out here, so we really can't complain, even if my legs don't want to participate today. Okay, I just want you all watching at home to just listen to how quiet it is. I love just being out in it, quiet and kind of alone, and me and the cows. There's some cows back there. Oh my God, it's so peaceful. Just look at it. All right, I feel just so content now. Like day made, just the moment of pause I took there off camera for the cows and the view, and like some snow's moving in, so it's that extra quiet that you get when snow's moving in, and just, I don't know, it's just perfect. It really was. I think the 30 grams of carbs I took in probably helped. It didn't hurt. But now I'm power walking a little bit. I mean, this is pretty flat, but I'm talking and I don't want to eat my teeth by talking and running in the snow. But I'm gonna turn around and head back. Yeah, my watch is on. I was ready to restart it. And it's a lot of uphill, which is good because I'll get in some power hiking / running, depending on how slippy it is on those parts, and getting actually at least 2 hours on feet today, which is fine. It's great. I'm not being super particular this early in training, and time on feet is still, you know, really important, even if it's not the mileage, but snow slows things down. It makes it harder, adds some resistance. So not thinking that I'm not getting enough of a stimulus. But if I can round out like 9-10 miles, I'd actually be very happy for the day, but we'll see. It's starting to get kind of cold, so I had to turn around. I was starting to get a little too frigid down there, because I probably have only enough layers on to like keep me just warm while I'm moving, and not much more. I should probably get some thicker leggings, but otherwise feel fine. But we're double hooded now, and yeah, it's truly beautiful out here. The silence, snow. You know, I'm still a spring summer girl, but this is, it's just a different world. So, all right, we're headed back. So we are officially on long run 3 of January, ultra training, and I'm over the snow. I did not want to do my long run today. I was gonna do like a half road, half stair step thing, and I was like, no, because if you do not go to trail, you will not do anything. You will cut that short. No cutting corners. But I just am over the snow today, not feeling it. I'm like 8 miles in, 2 hours. It's just so much slower, right? Like I could be at like 10 miles or whatever by now, and we're almost done with my run, but I'm trying to get a happy medium of time on feet / distance. But then you like turn the corner and it's like beautiful. And you're like, God, that's just rude. Like, just absolutely rude. How dare you? I'm trying to be sassy out here. So anyway, we're out here, we're doing it. Hard things just, you know, make us tougher, make us better. And honestly, the snow running is probably gonna make me a better runner by the time spring comes around, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm so glad I did that, because we always forget to suffer fast after it's done. So good morning, my friends. I am back here on another beautiful day in Crested Butte, aka Crested Butte. It snowed a lot last night, so there's a ton of fresh snow everywhere, and that means, one, running is definitely not happening today if it was so difficult yesterday. But that means it gives me the opportunity to take advantage of trying out a new sport or, you know, activity. So I'm going to run to a coffee shop and get some coffee and get some breakfast. And then I'm going to head over to the Nordic Ski Center here and rent some snowshoes. So I've never been snowshoeing, but in my thoughts, it's walking, right? So I'll talk to them a little bit about it, rent some snowshoes for the day. They have some really nice groomed trails there right at the Nordic Ski Center here in Crested Butte that are maintained. And so since yesterday I had such a hard time running on the Nordic ski trails, I figured I might as well get some snowshoes and still get out here rather than spending the whole day moping around how it's snowing and I can't do anything, right? Because that's not how we live our life around here. So I'm gonna get headed out, let my car warm up a little bit. It's still a little snowy out here. Get some good old fuel for the day and get out there. So we are out here on the Nordic ski trails, and the fresh snow, and it's so quiet, that quiet that only snow brings, and it's really beautiful. My feet are going to be very cold because the snow kicks into my boots, so I did wear double socks, but I think that's just going to be how today goes. But otherwise I feel pretty good, and I just am happy to be out here. Whew. It's funny because it's like when you do something new, even I do all these things outdoors, and doing something new, I was like, especially alone, like, how do I figure out how to do this? Am I doing the right thing? Do I look stupid? Do I sound stupid? Like, I don't have all the right gear. I'm gonna look like an idiot. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter as long as you have, like I've always said, enough of the right stuff that you're staying safe and being smart. But like, you don't have to be perfect or knowledgeable or perfectly skilled or have like the 100% like perfect gear to get started doing something, right? Like that's how I got started with trail running and hiking and backpacking, and you know, not letting the perfect be the enemy of the good, as they say, but not letting, you know, yourself be a beginner stops you from ever doing the things that it takes to learn how to do anything, right? So this is your reminder and encouragement to just, you know, use the Goog, ask questions, go rent something, and get out there, try something new, right? Don't let arbitrary obstacles that we make for ourselves versus, you know, real actual obstacles get in the way of living your life and getting outside and doing the damn thing, you know? So, so beautiful. So we put our pants on, camera, not because I'm cold, but I keep kicking a lot of snow up into my shoes. So I figured that would be a great way to kind of cover the opening of my boot on the top there. So it kind of actually works really well. So I'm really glad I brought these, and if anything, it's just making me warmer, and then I can kind of zip down my coat or take off my hood, or, you know, you can always kind of adjust so your body will thermoregulate. Start to get a little bit warm there, but my feet already feel much better, and so it's beautiful. Wow. Y'all, these are the biggest, fattest, fluffiest snowflakes I have seen in a long time. For those that don't know, I grew up in Pennsylvania, so I'm not new to winter, but not winter like this, and I hated winter growing up because it was just gray and sloggy, and we did get a few really epic snowstorms each year. When I was little, I loved playing in the snow, and I'd go outside and, like, you know, snowboard, like recreationally, locally. Nothing crazy, or sled or whatever with my friends. I wasn't afraid of winter, but the rest of the time it was just kind of miserable. And so I kind of got this anti-winter rhetoric, but this is really incredible. So I'm glad to be enjoying my first Colorado winter. So still spring and summer, girl, don't get me wrong, but this is really awesome. All right, my friends, it's starting to snow a little bit too hard. I got back under some tree covering, which helps, but for a while there, I was walking like this because it was hit my face so hard. So I'm a little under 2 hours of snowshoeing, so it's perfect. Getting hungry, so I'm gonna head back to the Nordic Center and wrap it up for the day. I hope you enjoyed my Crested Butte winter adventures, and it inspires you that even if you are more of a spring summer trail athlete or enthusiast, that there are still ways to get outside and enjoy and embrace the winter season. Try something new, and or, you know, don't let things that aren't real obstacles stop you from getting into training or just getting out there. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know below what your favorite winter activity is, and or this encourage you to try something new. And otherwise, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it, so you don't miss the rest of the videos from my channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next adventure.